Hello, Stationery Squad and Inky enthusiast. I'm so glad you're here today. June is Pride Month. Yay! And I wanted to celebrate in the way I know how, or the best way I know how, and that's with ink. I hope that I'm a big ally. I try really hard to be one. And I believe that just like the fountain pen and ink people, the queer community is full of people who create beauty and joy in ways that the world really doesn't always make easy. It's certainly easier for us fountain pen and ink people than our queer friends and loved ones. So today we're going to celebrate by swatching 3 rainbow color palettes, because the rainbow is not just one thing. It's whatever you need it to be. Hopefully as we go along, we'll celebrate. Okay, so this setup is very strange. Speaking of, do things however you want to do, express yourself. I was listening to my girl Erica's podcast, Real Talk, Real Plans, every Sunday night. Really funny, really entertaining, and talking about planner stuff and everything related to it. Apparently in the junk journal community, somewhere in Red's thread at Facebook Drama Land, people were being judged because of using Paint Swatch stickers in their junk journals instead of original paint swatches. And I really found it funny that there's stickers for that, because of course we know you could go to Home Depot. But our lesson here is we are not judging people, right? Unless they're politicians, and then you can judge the heck out of those mother effers. Okay, so I'm gonna make some paint swatches today because, if you don't want to wait for stickers and you don't want to or are unable to go to Home Depot, but you have ink or paint or markers or whatever, we can just make some paint swatch sticks and then, journal with them. Or for me, I'm just gonna put in my ink journal. So I am using Bristol paper. It was the most paint swatchy kind of that I had. It doesn't show all the properties very well, but it's okay. When I think rainbows and I think about brands and stores that are really supportive, and the first one comes to mind is Enigma Stationery. Not sponsored, just a huge fan. They make this fantastic washi tape, they make this nib sticker, and they have a whole line of queer representative merchandise. I always have an Enigma cart full, and then I get overwhelmed or I can't afford it. Probably, my cart right now is under $4. Yeah, full of colored pencils, no pens. We'll see. I may actually, pull the plunge or edit that soon. Anyway, they have an Inkvent, and what they do is create a series of hard to find inks, and then some of my numbers fell off, but it comes like this in a cute little thing. And I swatched all of them in December, but I think it's time to revisit. We're halfway through the month, the year, halfway through the year and month, maybe. I don't know by the time you see this. So yeah, they have some great colors in there. And I remembered when I was doing the Inkvent, they a couple of weeks had rainbows. So, and then that created a whole nother side quest of how many Inkmas kind of colors could I make the rainbow for. So that's where a lot of these things are coming from. And then a few Oster script. So supplies, Bristol paper. We're making paint swatches, so we need some paint brushes, and I got some water off to the side. And that's it. And of course all the inks. All right, so let's start with the pastel. Pastel, really soft, gentle. The other two gonna be a lot. But we all have these places in us. All right, so we're gonna start with our reds. First pastel, so this is gonna be pink, and we are gonna use Van Diemen's Swan Awake. In hindsight, I should this paint must be done because there's so much shiver in this one. I was hoping to use the same paintbrush for all the colors in the family, but maybe. I think it'll be okay. For our primary, we're using and our dark, we're using a couple colors from the Enigma Inkvent. So the primary bright color You know, the primary or bright's going to be your traditional, as close to traditional colors as I can get. This one is Ferris Wheel Press Metropolis. It was day 2. You get that paint swatch list because I'm going to put the color names under there. I just taped down some washi tape. Simply Gilded people are probably freaking out. She's like, she's just wasting all that beautiful rope of paper. I'm not into the bows. This one was a sacrificial washi tape. I'm shedding everywhere. That could be a duster. I left the Swan Lake uncapped. Why I did that one? Boy, my. And for the dark, one of the most interesting colors in all the land. Kiwi Inkvent's Quetzalcoatl. I just remember this one being totally wild. I think it's a red. It's definitely going to be an orangey red, and finding that balance is sometimes hard. I mean, orangey red, even though it's dark. Oh, look at that! Now this is a bummer because the fingerprints. I shake this up because this one has like a crazy gold sheen. We'll see how the Bristol paper does. Apparently Bristol paper shows fingerprints. I don't usually have a problem with that because my hands are very dry. In fact, I forgot to put lotion on, so you're probably seeing my snake skin. But the Bristol paper is great for why it's in my stash is when if you're doing coloring and alcohol markers, any kind of blending, it's great for that. On to our orange. Pastel orange is, I don't know, this one was a little bit of a challenge. I went, it's one of the few non-Inkvent colors. I went with a Ferris Wheel Press Winking Embers. This is going to be tough because how do I get a paintbrush in here? Wait, now I did too many layers. Oh, and there's something else in there. Stop while you're ahead. Lessons learned. For the primary orange, the best orange in all the land, I said what I said. Fight me on it. I will go to bat for you. And it is Robert Oster and the Panatic Fire on Fire on Fire. I will allow Fire on Fire or Fire on Fire 3. Both answers are correct for the best orange. This one just also packed with shimmer. It's such a good orange, man. Tell me it's not a good orange. Go ahead. All right, then for our dark orange, ooh, look, see, Quetzalcoatl's already doing some weird stuff. We are going to do Pacifica Sunset. What day was that? Day 15 of the Inkvents. I think this was a custom mix that Enigma did, with a couple of platinum mixable colors. So you wouldn't find this one necessarily in the store, but you could make it if you wanted. That one almost is more red than orange, isn't it? Oh well, good thing this is the dark one. We'll see how it dries. Yellows. We're on to yellows. We know that I don't have a lot of yellows, so I think these are not going to necessarily show the tones like the other colors. If I have a yellow, I have 3 yellows. They're going to be on this board. There you go. Okay. So for our pastel, this is probably the least pastel of the pastels. This is from the Diamine Inkvent calendar 2025, day 22. Pineapple spritz. A friend asked for a sample of this, and I filled that sample vial up so full because I was like, oh, I probably should have just given her this bottle. In hindsight, why didn't I think about that? Sorry, Z. Right. I think I filled it so full that it like spilled. Oh, hello. Apparently my brush is not as clean as it needs to be. Let's try that again. I think we're there. We'll just ignore that little bit of green in there. For primary yellow, we're going to go with Ozonics, Van Gogh Yellow, I think. I'm not sure. I can't remember if this was a Sailor collab. Ozonics is a store and this is a Sailor collab, or Ozonics is a brand. But anyway, it's a yellow. Not going to waste too much time researching this one. Thinking, oh, that should be on the dark side. You're probably right. I do have one that's slightly darker. But I may regret and think I should have reversed these two. Oh well. This is Mishima, which I think is another Sailor collaboration. Mishima Bakari. Had something to do with rice dishes. Anyway, if you're curious, this is day 20. You can go back and watch that swatching video and I did the research there. Yeah, well, that looks orange, doesn't it? Oh, I think it hopefully will dry. You'll see. Orange is just dark yellow, right? Dark yellow is orange. I'm struggling with the dark, especially in the warmer tones. I just don't have a lot of options in these colors. In the warm tones. Now here we're flipping to the cool side of the spectrum, and now I have too many choices. So yeah, that's why going with the Inkvent really helped narrow things down. All right, green, one of my favorites. Yeah, this is 2024 Inkvent Day 14 Mint Twist. I also could have done Bittersweet from 2025, but you know, thought we'd mix it up a little. From the primary, we've got another Ozonics Monet Green. So we had Van Gogh Yellow, and now we have, nope, let's do the other one. I'm mixing up the brands. Whoops, wrong one. We have another Mishima. This is a Kaori. Green is green. Not really, there's lots of greens, but that one is pretty classic. And for dark and stormy, we have from Inkvent 2020, Diamine Inkvent 2025, we have Fur and Fog. I gotta get this color back in a pen. It's so cool. All right, and we're to blue and indigo. I'm not a fine artist. I have never studied color theory. Well, not intensely. And so I really struggle with the difference between these two. So for me, I think of the blue as like a sky blue. So kind of in my almost like turquoisey land. Teal aqua. Maybe not all the way to teal or aqua, but right. So let's go with sky blue and teal. And then indigo, starting like the dark color of jeans, starting definitely in a cooler blue. So maybe a little green or a lighter saturation and then a darker saturation. All right, that's my, like, but you can tell me I'm wrong, color people, artists. All right, so for our blue, for pastels, I'm gonna do day 19, overcast. You probably watched the Julia here mixing video, and she mixed overcast with mint twist, and it's a stunning color. So after this video, I'll probably be doing that. I also saw that Heather Marie Plains like followed the formula and came up with the colors, so, and it turned out great. So Alright, for our traditional bright primary, we've got the Wet Pen Rainier Blue. I am not a blue person, but that's a good blue. For our dark blue, we are coming in with Diamine Dreamcatcher. Day 8 from 20. For the indigo, I have Robert Oster Wind. It's still on my table from my currently inked video. And I have it inked up in the Asbine B26, and I've been writing with it all week, and it's just a great pairing. In my Ken case in my purse, so going up and going to get it right now. So I'm not going to show it to you, but I'll go get it before we're all done. Maybe when they're set aside to drawing. Okay, primary indigo. Got another Ferris Wheel Press. Is this Ferris Wheel Press Patriotic Blue? Heroic Blue. Ferris Wheel Press Heroic Blue. Pretty much a basic B. A basic B blue, you know what I mean. Does nothing for me, but a lot of people love it. Aren't we so glad that we have so many variations of blue and kind of black now too, if you think about all the grays? Like, it's great. Kind of like in, you know, identities and preferences, right? Like, the world is better when there is diversity and variety, because do we all want to be basic B blues? We do not. So yay. Let's just embrace everybody. Everybody is probably doing the best they can, except for politicians and billion trillionaires. Okay, wait, I just said not to judge people, Kristen, and here you go, judging those poor people. I mean, they're not poor, they're rich, and that's why I judge them. Okay, shut up. What are we doing? What color is next? All right, one of the kookiest colors from the 2025 Inkvent. I think it's gonna work here. I think it's a dark blue. We'll see what it does on this paper. It is Molten Basalt. Basalt? Did I say that right? Yeah. Yeah, that is exactly indigo, what I think of as indigo, like dark wash jeans. I know they're not popular right now, but I love them. I think they're much more professional than light wash jeans. Oh, Tangent, hello. All right, violet. Oh, see, now it's going black. Are you seeing this one? Like, you saw me put it down, and now look at what color it is. And I have so many other cool colors in that one. All right. Okay, violet. Okay, for violet in the purple, for the pastel violet, we have Kiwi Ink's lavender. Day 11 of the Inkvent. Mainline purple. We have Kiritaki Shigiori. Such a classic. It's gonna dry a little bit lighter than that, I think. Not a whole lot though. All right, and for our dark, we have Enigma Diamine Energy Day 2 from 2025. I should have switched these two. Whoops. Oh well. You live and learn, and then you get loves. Give them a chance to dry, and we'll come back in and write the names on our paint swatches. All right. I went and had some lunch, watched RuPaul's Drag Race latest episode. It was a great episode. It's the makeover, and there were gay daddies. It was great, except for the part where there was a teacher from Florida who said he can't say gay and has to lie about who he loves and who he's married to. He can do better. All right. So I almost started the tape peel, and I was like, oh no, I need to put that on camera because I think this is like so satisfying. At least it is for me. So let's get this tape off and we'll look at each of these. I think it's really the tape that gives it the paint swatch look. These are turning out so cool. Now you can see why I taped them down. Yeah. Okay. Oh, goodness. When I was doing my currently inked, I thought I had a pretty good rainbow, but I definitely missed some colors. I really didn't have great red. Obviously, I didn't have a yellow or whatever. So, but I have my bingo board challenge, right? And I was like, I failed my own challenge. But I decided to remedy that, and I loaded up my Kakunos with the primary color palette. So I'm going to either write in the names with the primary color, or if I have a closer one in my currently inked. I was worried that the shimmer wasn't going to show up, and I don't know that it will on camera, but in person, you can see the shimmer on the Bristol paper. Okay, let's try this. That's kind of a mess. All right, let's start with our pastels. We have got Van Diemen's Swan Lake, Ferris Wheel Press Oinking Embers, Diamine Pineapple Spritz. That's one where the shimmer didn't come out, even though there's a ton of it. Mint Twist. These are all Diamine. If I didn't write the name, it's Diamine. Diamine Overcast, Robert Oster Wind, and Kiwi Lavender. For our primary, we have Ferris Wheel Metropolis, Penaddict Fire on Fire on Fire, Azonix Van Gogh Yellow, Sailor Mishima Kaori, Wet Pen Rainier Blue, Ferris Wheel Press Heroic Blue, and Kiritaki Shikiori. I don't know, I think didn't nail the dark one quite as much as I wanted. Just should have spent a little bit more time. Oh well. We've got Kiwi, Quick Scuttle, Platinum, Pacifica Sunset, Sailor Mishima Akori, Diamine Fur and Fog, Diamine Dreamcatcher, Diamine Molten Basalt, and Diamine Energy. All right. 3 awesome color palettes. Which palette speaks to you? Let me know in the comments. Which palette represents your personality? Which one would you pick? Or would you do a different combination? I am really excited to put these in my journal. I hope that you have a wonderful Pride Month and embrace everything that is beautiful about yourself and about others, humans around them. Remember, we're all doing the best we can. Until next time, keep ink on your fingers or all over your body, apparently, and keep being awesome. Bye for now.